Colonel Heathman.
Thank you, Matt. It's great to see you again. So I going back to the suicide piece for just a second. The As a prior military member, having been affected by suicide, having lost members of the military due to suicide, family members, you name it, the dominant feature that we would say, the dominant characteristic that we would find is this, I'll call it isolationism. And we see it again and again. And whether that be a person retracting from society and just kind of giving up and participating in this thing called life. I'm curious, within your framework, how much do you pour into that? We still need to participate in this thing called life and be, stepping into the arena, not just to, um, go fight for your cause, but I'm talking just showing up at work and being an active participant at work.
Well, first off, Scott, thank you for your service. This military thing, it's a really upsetting topic for me. I can only imagine how much it upsets you. I think, what is it, 21 veterans commit suicide every day in America. That's a lot of suicides every day for our veterans. And, I've been down to Camp Pendleton several times now, and I see the cars parked in the parking lot. And I've asked a couple of them what's going on, and they say that they've been released to civilian life, and they have no idea where to go, and they'd rather just stay in the parking lot because at least they still felt closer to something they knew, even though they're not allowed back in. It's a huge problem that breaks my heart, and these men and women have to find a new reason to exist and a new way of mattering, and I mean, I had a SEAL Team 6 member say to me, and how do you answer this question? He said, Matt, um, I get shot out of tubes on submarines, and this tube takes us to a beachhead where we then go out and we do the thing we're there to do, and then we come and everything goes wrong and crazy, we blow stuff up and kill people, and then we get back to the ocean, we go back to the submarine, and that's our day's work. And now I'm supposed to go work for a company where they spend 6 months on figuring out the color of their logo. Like, how can I survive in that? And the truth is, I don't have a lot of answers to those questions, but to take them from that parking lot and getting them engaged into life, to step into that role. I also think there's some beautiful organizations that do, that get veterans business suits, resumes, interview training. I think all that's fantastic, but without helping them know why they matter, I don't care what suit they're wearing. I don't care what their resume looks like. They can't show up to interview and be who they need to be in that moment to really get the job they're looking to get. And so I do believe that there's a lot more work around identity, purpose, mattering, vision, empowerment, these sort of things, because they're basically starting life over as adults. I don't know if that helps at all, but
Yeah,
Uh,
I kind of touched on that in a talk I gave at a veteran event last week. But I will push back on the starting over because I used to think that way too. It's like a starting over until I actually had a couple people say you're not starting over because the time you have spent has created who you are. But it's more of a transformation than it is a transition, like a
I love.
caterpillar butterfly. But I agree that I think there's more time that needs to be invested in the mental and emotional side of leaving something like the military or any company that you spent 20, 30 years in, and now you're getting ready to pivot to something completely new. So,
Right. And I personally don't think they're starting over, because they're coming with skill sets that are, phenomenal and can be used absolutely across all different industries. I'm not saying that I think that that's how they might feel, that their value system, like, how am I valued here? And they're not connecting to how those skills can transition and transform over to new settings and new arenas. But
yeah.
yeah, they're no, they're training and they have skills that this world desperately needs and companies desperately need. no
Yeah.
doubt.
No, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.